Hi, this is Tatiana coming to you from the class 370 with Dr. Richard Newton. And today I'll be talking about scriptural economies and Asian Americans. So, a scriptural economy is a world in which what is written defines the limits and articulates our bodies. For instance, ID cards. ID cards give information as to our address, which can lead to defining our socioeconomic status. It defines, it shows a picture of us, so it can kind of define our race, our height, things like that. So language is also one of those things that can be a part of a scriptural economy because language is written. And just to give a little context about how language is really important, I want to read Genesis 11, the Tower of Babel. So it goes, Now the whole earth had one language and the same word. And as they migrated from the east, they came upon a plain in the land of Shinar and settled there. And they said to one another, Come, let us make bricks and burn them thoroughly. And they had brick for stone and bitumen for mortar. Then they said, Come, let us build ourselves a city and a tower with its tops in the heavens, and let us make a name for ourselves, otherwise we shall be scattered upon the face of the whole earth. The Lord came down to see the city and the tower which mortals had built. And the Lord said, Look, they are all one people, and they all have one language, and this is only the beginning of what they will do. Nothing that they propose to do will now be impossible for them. Come, let us go down and confuse their language, so they will not understand one another's speech. So the Lord scattered them abroad from there over the face of all the earth, and they left off building the city. Therefore it was called Babel, because the Lord confused the language of all the earth. And from there the Lord scattered them abroad over the face of all the earth. With the confusion of language, it's hard for people to understand each other. So I wouldn't be able to understand Spanish or French or even Chinese, and that can make it hard for me to relate because of the language. The language is a barrier sometimes. So I kind of want to read a passage from the article God and a Few Friends by Margarita Sahendra, and it goes, Therefore, ethnic-oriented Christian groups provide students with a comfortable environment and a sense of ethnic identity and leadership opportunities. Kim said they also lead to more ethnically homogeneous social groups. One student told Kim that he had forgot how to start a conversation with non-Korean Americans, meaning that because he was in this group that was all like him, and he stayed there a long time, that he had forgot how to relate to students who were non-Korean, and it was hard to start a conversation, and it was hard for him to break this language barrier. And this happens in real life all the time. For instance, coming to E-Town, I spoke the language of Philly, and I didn't speak the E-Town language, and then after being here for a while, I spoke the E-Town language, and I sort of forgot how to speak my Philly language. And then going home, it was quite evident when I didn't understand some of the words that people were saying, and they didn't understand some of the things that I was saying. So this is a problem that we need to kind of transcend. So I have a question, and the question is, if we could all speak one language and forgot how do we transcend to speak the same language? Because language is a barrier, and language is something that defines us. So with the Asian Americans who forgot how to speak the language of non-Asian Americans, how do we remember that we all used to speak the same language, and how do we come to solve the problem so that we can become more of a unified world?